So we're just about set. Catholic Memorial will get their foot into the football. Sullivan will kick it off, and they are way offside. From about the 15-yard line, getting back upfield is Scott Fiore, gets it across the 40 to the 41, and let's see what they do on the play. I think they can take the kickoff over again or take the ball where it is. They're in pretty good field position at the 41-yard line, but no question Catholic Memorial was offside. Brent Conley with the football. He's going to step off 5 yards. He's the assistant general manager of the North Shore Spirit. Does an outstanding job with the Spirit. And this must be a new rule because they get the return plus the 5 yards. So the English is in pretty good position to start at their 46-yard line for the opening series of the 2004 season. They send wideouts right and left. They go from the shotgun. Chris Carroll, the quarterback, Orfanos, the running back next to him. Carroll looked like he might be changing the play. The snap. The quick out. Looking here for Prunier. Good coverage by Ryan Howell. And the pass is incomplete. And we'll bring up second down and 10. Bulldogs without Matt Curtis. Broke his foot. He hopes to get back. I talked to Brother Mike that we're going to take the cast off in a couple of days, and hopefully he would get back at least for the conference games. They want him back at least for those. Carroll again. The handoff to Orfanos doesn't really fool anybody. He got back to the line of scrimmage and no more as he got piled on by the middle of that Catholic Memorial defense. They'll actually put it down at the 45. He'll lose a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 11. Again, the wideouts for the Bulldogs. Again, the shotgun. Carroll, with time, now gets flushed out. Has to throw on a run and just winds up and throws it into the cheap seats. He got flushed out, had to run to his right. He's a left-handed quarterback. Tough assignment. Couldn't plant that foot. Couldn't really have time to look downfield. He did the next best thing. He just threw it away, so there wouldn't be any loss, and English will have to kick it away. If you're looking over the far side, you see nobody sitting in the stands. That's because Manning Bowl has been closed. All of the English side and a small portion of the classical side down near the scoreboard has been closed, and it's also a case of no lights, so there'll be no night games at all. So everybody with looking to play night games at Manning Bowl are not going to get it done. They're going to have to play Saturday football here at Frazier Field. At Manning Bowl, excuse me, they thought, for a while they thought they were going to play no games. They don't have to play all their games on the road, but at least they get to play the day games here. Tech will play one of their games at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Their opener coming up next Friday will be played at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of the Tech Classical and English will be played on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. So Catholic Memorial will have it for the first time. Cosgrove will be the quarterback. Jordan is the deep man in the eye behind Howell, the fullback. From their own 26-yard line. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage and pushed back, and there's a flag on the play. English defense just winning that battle. And let's see if they lost a little bit of yardage, but it is a 10-yard penalty, so let's see what they do. In fact, it would be an 11-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, or from the point of the foul. The flag is laying right at the 25, so it would actually turn out to be an 11-yard penalty. They'll move the ball back to the 15-yard line. So it'll be first and actually 21. Catholic Memorial, we mentioned up front. They play in the Catholic Conference, a very tough Catholic Conference. They've played Xaverian and St. John's Prep, the two powerhouses in that league. Very tough every year. This is Jordan getting the pitch, turns the corner, gets around the corner, finally bumped out of bounds as he crossed the 30. Let's see where they put the ball down. So Jordan got most of the yardage back. It's going to be second down. There was an offside penalty against English that was refused. They got out to the 30-yard line, so it's going to be second down and 6 as Jordan picked up 15 yards. So they took the 15 yards. You might be able to see over in the distance on your camera Matt Curtis in the wheelchair. They'd love to have him back. He's got that broken foot, and they're anticipating him back at least for the conference schedule, and they'll be a much better football team with him. Cosgrove, looked like Cosgrove changed the play at the line of scrimmage. They break behind Cosgrove now. The little delay, and that didn't fool anybody. English all over the ball carrier. Orfanos led the charge, and he knocked him back for a couple of yard loss. So it's going to be third and about 8 from the 28-yard line. Opening minutes of the first period here in the opening game of the season for Lynn English here at Manning Bowl, taking on Catholic Memorial. English went 3 and out, punting the ball away. Now they're looking to get it back. They go to the I formation behind Cosgrove. Cosgrove looking to throw the little dump off, and English wasn't fooled at all. Read that play nicely, the defense, and they come up and make the stop. They lose 8 big yards back to the 20-yard line, and Catholic Memorial goes out. They'll go 3 and out, and they'll have to kick the ball away. The punt is away. Takes a good Catholic Memorial bounce. Rolls by Chris Carroll in front of A.C. Johnson. And the ball will be back at the English 37-yard line. English will have it for the second time. And they'll put it down at the 37. Carroll goes under center this time. The quick pitch to Johnson, trying to turn the corner. If he's lucky, he got back to the line of scrimmage. Catholic Memorial, good pursuit. Took away the interference and slowed the play down, and they get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be second and 10 from the 37. Gorgeous day for football. Just cool enough for the players and just nice enough for the fans in the stands, all of which are on the classical side. Both English and Catholic Memorial. Johnson gets the pitch, tries to turn the corner, and gets bumped out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line. Picked up a couple. It's going to bring up a third and long for the Bulldogs from their own 39-yard line. get a 20-second timeout. They found out the week before the season was to open that the light box and the fixtures were underwater, and the lights had been gone, can't be used. That's the reason for the no night games. They went around, people thought they might condemn the entire stadium because it is kind of rickety, it is kind of falling down. They've got to do something with this place or somebody's really going to get hurt. Johnson bounces it to the outside and carries the tackler with him for an extra yard as he gets out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Picks up a big 7 yards, and English will have their first decision of the 2004 season. It's going to be third and a good yard. And we've seen the gambler, Gary Malaya, go for it before. He has a lot of faith in his defense, and they're going to line up and they're going to go for it. They usually like to run the quarterback sneak, right or left, on a quick count. Catholic Memorial calls it a quick timeout. They didn't think English would be going for it this early, and they were prepared for a punt, so they quickly call a timeout to get their right personnel back in the football game. This is English's second possession. No score here. Catholic Memorial Lynn English opening up the 2004 season at Manning Bowl. As we mentioned, still talking about the stadium. As you walk in the stadium, starting just as you walk in the gate to the left, which would be the English side, from there all the way around to the far corner, all the way past the scoreboard, maybe to the first section on the classical side, is shut down. Nobody can sit in that area. So they need to try and do some work. Carroll, about to fall forward, he gets grabbed and pushed back, and they didn't make it. He didn't come close to getting off the line of scrimmage. Catholic Memorial holds, and they're going to get great field position to start their second possession. It was the quarterback sneak. Carroll tried to slip off his right side and then try to roll back to his left, and Catholic Memorial just nailed him. Wouldn't let him get any forward progress at all. He's back at the 46, which was the original line of scrimmage, and Catholic Memorial will have it in good field position at the English 46. Cosgrove is the quarterback. Rolling out, looking to throw, gets pressured, gets away, breaks a tackle, and Prunia, along with Johnson, finally knocks him out of bounds and wraps him up. But I think I see a yellow handkerchief on the ground, and it's going to be for naught. They're talking English, and obviously they'll mark it back. And they repeat first down, so in the early going, penalties have hurt Catholic Memorial. They got a big one on the start of their first drive and petered out and had a punt. Now they had great field position, and they're going to get penalized back to their own 45-yard line. So a 10-yard penalty pushes them back. It'll be 1st and 20. The double wideouts go to the far side. The I formation behind Cosgrove. The quick out bounced on the ground. They call it incomplete. They could have called a lateral, but they call it an incomplete pass. And it will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 45. Cosgrove again, the quick pitch to Jordan. Block is out in front, turns the corner, cuts it up inside, gets hit and knocked down as he gets out to about the 49-yard line, picks up about 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. Cosgrove over the sideline to get the play. We'll bring it back to the huddle. as the pace has slowed down here in the very early going. A few timeouts, a few penalties. So 3rd and 6 for Catholic Memorial at their own 49-yard line. Cosgrove dropping straight back, got great pressure, throws it incomplete. Right up the middle came English defense with a hand in the face, and Cosgrove threw it incomplete. And for the second time, as English did in their first 2 possessions, Catholic Memorial will have to kick it away. So who's going to blink first? The kicking game, field position certainly is important. The kick is away. It actually bounces, rolls, and English is really going to be stuck back at their own 7-yard line. So that's what we talked about, field position, the kicking game. Sullivan for Catholic Memorial got a great kickoff. English let it bounce. It rolled, got a great Catholic Memorial roll all the way down to the 7-yard line. A 44-yard punt pins English back at their own 7-yard line. And now English wants to at least squeeze out maybe 1 or 2 first downs. So if they do have to punt, they're not going to give Catholic Memorial good field position again. Johnson off the right side. He was a step away from Brick going a long way on that one. They just got a hold of an ankle as he squared it loose. Looked like he was going to get into some open territory. He gets it out to the 15, a pickup of a big 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 2. They send the wideouts to the near side. Carroll to give to Orfanos, and they were waiting for him. They stacked him up in the backfield. Smith got in really quick, and Orfanos didn't have a chance to take a step. He got hit in the backfield, and he loses a couple of yards back to the 13. So it's going to be 3rd and long. And this is a big play for the Bulldogs. They need to pick up 4 or 5 yards, 4 yards. You get a first down, hold on, and not give any good field position away. Johnson ducks his head and gets across the 15. Depending on where they spot the football. They needed to get to the 17. It looks like they're putting it down at the 16. Which would mean they'd be a yard shy. We're going to get a measurement. But I don't think he made it. I think he missed it by at least the length of a football. So it's going to bring up 4th down. England's going to have to kick it away, and Catholic Memorial is going to get good field position again. Without a run back, they'll get good field position. With any kind of a run back, they'll get great field position. So the battle of the defenses here in the first period. As back and forth we go. English will punt for the 3rd time. Neither team has made a first down yet. The defenses have dominated that, along with a couple of penalties, especially for Catholic Memorial. The snap, the punt is away. Fielded at the 40-yard line by Jordan. Giving ground, trying to get around the corner. Gives a lot of ground. Finally straightens out and gets bumped out of bounds right at about the English 35-yard line is where the official is standing. And that's excellent field position. They had it at the English 47-yard line. actually the 46-yard line, the last possession. Now they do that 11 yards better. They're at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Catholic Memorial. We're winding down here in the first period. Cosgrove, the quarterback, the give to Jordan. Off the right side, picks up about 5 as they put it down at the 30-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 as he found a little bit of running room off the right side. Jordan and Howell, the running backs behind Cosgrove, the quarterback. Jordan again, this time off the left side. Alfanos wraps him up and knocks him down. As he gets close to first down yardage, he'll be about a yard shy. They'll put it down at the 26. And Catholic Memorial threatening to pick up the first down by either team. And also threatening to put some points on the board. They have it 3rd and a yard from English's 26-yard line. We haven't seen the fullback at all. They've been exclusively, when they run the ball, going to Jordan. They split the backfield now behind Cosgrove. They give it this time to the fullback. He just jaunts off the right side. He found some room again off that right side, and he picks up 6. And the first down of the ball game is racked up by Catholic Memorial. They put it down just inside the 20. We'll call it the 20. English defense trying to bend but not break. Memorial with a threat. Now, Memorial's going to hurt themselves again with a penalty. Saw the flags coming. Everybody stops. That's motion against Catholic Memorial. Somebody forgot the snap count and got an early start, and they're going to bring it back. Brent Corley again from the North Shore Spirit marking off. They push it back to the 25-yard line. So again, a penalty getting in the way of a Catholic Memorial drive. English is hoping it slows him and stops him again. They go the I formation now behind Cosgrove. Big splits up front for Catholic Memorial. To give, this is Falcom with his first carry. Gets hit hard as he gets inside the 25 to the 23. And that should be the last play of the first period. As the clock is winding down, it won't get another play off. Cosgrove coming from the sidelines, but they're not going to have enough time to get a playoff. And as they break the huddle, the official tells them you do not get another playoff. So we've played a period here at Manning Bowl. And English 0, Catholic Memorial 0. As we get a look at the Catholic Memorial sideline. Catholic Memorial with the first threat. And as we start the second period, at the 23-yard line. Cosgrove with the give to Howell off the right side. Finds a hole, breaks a tackle, and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. He went off the right side. There was one defender. He made a little move. They tried to get the ankle. Didn't get it. He walked into the end zone for the touchdown. And Catholic Memorial on the first play of the second period jumps on top 6-0. In that first period, we only had 43 yards of offense. Catholic Memorial had 26. English had 17. No first downs. The only pass completion was Catholic Memorial from -8 yards. So the defenses took control, but that punt that forced English back at their 7-yard line and forced the short punt, Catholic Memorial only had to travel 35 yards. They did it in 5 plays. with Howell going in. The kick is up, and it's no good. It's wide. So as they come back upfield to kick off back to the Bulldogs, English has a little bit of catching up to do, but a lot of football left. They trail Catholic Memorial 6-0 as we're one play into the second period. Howell, the fullback, didn't get a lot of carries. He picked up the first down on his first carry, picking up 6 yards. And on his second carry, the first play of the second period, again he went off the right side and get into the secondary and broke the tackle of the last defender and went into the end zone for the touchdown. So Catholic Memorial jumps on top 6-0. And they'll be kicking off to the Bulldogs. We told you about field position. Punting back and forth, it kept getting better. English missed on a try and gave it at the 46. Then the punt down to 7, the return punt, they took over at the 35-yard line. And now we're going to whistle as they kick off. I don't know if they were offside again. I don't think they would let the play stand, I think. Okay, what happened was the official didn't signal Catholic Memorial. He didn't give them the sign to kick off. The officials weren't ready. They were talking to each other, and usually the official has to say to Catholic Memorial, okay, go ahead. They didn't signal to put the ball in play. Catholic Memorial kicked without that signal. So they're bringing it back, and we'll do it again. So it'll be Sullivan once again kicking off for Catholic Memorial. A very good leg. Ball bounces around, picked up inside the 10-yard line and back to the 10-yard line only. So English is pinned once again. Johnson had a little trouble picking up the football. When he finally did and straightened up and tried to go north and south, Catholic Memorial had great coverage. So once again, field position, English stuck at their own 10-yard line. This will be their first possession of the second period. The difference being now they're trailing 6-0 as Chris Carroll brings his offensive unit out. They finally get the stakes and everything straight away, so we're back to football. Carroll with the keep, bounces to the middle, bounces to the outside. The quarterback keeper, he gets around the corner and gets pushed out of bounds somewhere near the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him right at the 30 is where the official is standing. If that's where they put the ball, it's going to be a 20-yard gain for Chris Carroll and the first down of the ball game for the Bulldogs. So they get out of a little bit of trouble with that big 20-yard gain. Chris Carroll, outstanding athlete, started in 3 sports as a freshman: hockey, baseball, and football. Missed a few games last year with injury, and they hoping he's going to be okay. He's a outstanding athlete. They hand it off. Johnson breaks a couple of tackles, cuts to the outside, takes on a couple more tackles, and finally gets across the 30. He took on a lot of defenders, an awful lot of work to pick up 2 yards. They'll put it down at the 32-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs as Chris Carroll comes back after getting the play from the sidelines. Wideouts right and left. Carroll fakes the pitch, looking to throw, lets it fly downfield. Behind the defense, Fiore makes the catch. Great pass, great catch. Separation from the defensive play, he runs it in for a touchdown. 68 yards on the pass play. Carroll landed up, put it right on the number 3. Fiore ran a great pattern. He was wide out to the left side, the far side. broke it toward the goalpost. Chris Carroll laid it up, hit him in stride, and Fiore just outran the secondary and got a lot of separation. And they were a little bit closer when he caught the football. He just ran away from the defense and put 6 on the board, and English gets it right back as they put 6 on the board, and they have tied it up 6 apiece, and they can take their first lead in the ballgame if they can convert, which I believe will be a 2-point conversion. So just like that, 90 yards in 3 plays. Didn't take them long to get right back in the football game. And have to take a timeout. Chris Carroll was trying to get a play lined up. Somebody was supposed to go in motion. Someone was not sure. This is, again, we remind you, this is the first game of the season. They've had a couple of scrimmages, but now they're doing it for real now. And somebody was not where they were supposed to be, so they called timeout. So they don't have to try it from the 8-yard line. They go power I in the backfield. Johnson is the deep man. Now they have motion with Afanos. Carroll rolling, looking, finding a man in the end zone. It's caught for the 2-point conversion. I think that's Bubba Maitland. It looked like number 18. It's hard to pick up the 18 or 10. 18 is Maitland, 10 is Prunier. I think it was Bubba Maitland made the catch, and it's all for naught as it's going to come back. So it was Maitland, but it's going to come back. Somebody was in motion. So I just said they took a timeout so they wouldn't have to try it from the 8. Now they get a penalty. They will have to try it from the 8. So they'll have to do it again. And momentarily they took the lead, but those points quickly get wiped off the board. And now they'll have to try it from 5 yards further back for the 2-point conversion. Carroll comes back to the huddle with the play. We're in the second half, tied at 6. Catholic Memorial scored in the first play of this period. English came right back, going 90 yards in 3 plays. The big 68-yard strike from Chris Carroll to Scott Fiore. Now they go shotgun. Everybody wide. Now Orfanos goes in motion as well. Carroll looking. Throws it out wide open, cutting across. Bubba Maitland makes the catch. And English leads 8-6. And hold the phone. There's another penalty. Catholic Memorial cheering so it's against English. Hard to believe they made it 2 for 2. They're going to have to try and make it 3 for 3 as English gets caught for a penalty. So they completed 2 straight passes for 2-point conversions, and they got nothing to show for it because this is a big one. They're going to move back 10 yards. So now they're back at the 18-yard line, and they'll have to run a play again to try and get 2 points. So let's see what play they run now. Again, they send wide receivers everywhere. Orfanos, last time he went in motion. He's going to stay with Carroll. It looks to give him a little extra blocking. Carroll drops back, lets it fly. Johnson split the defense wide open in the corner, and this one counts. Persistence pays off. The 2 wide receivers, Johnson faked to the goalpost, broke it back to the corner, and he just split two defenders. They didn't know where to go. He was wide open, and Chris Carroll hit him right on the number one. And English, finally, after 3 tries, gets the 2-point conversion, and it's 8-6. English on top as they'll come back upfield and kick off to Catholic Memorial. So, persistency on the part of the Bulldogs. They had to complete 3 passes to get the 2-point conversion, but they did it nicely. And that play they just ran for the 2-point conversion, they didn't want to run that when they come back. See if they can get 6 points out of it. Johnson was wide open. So English overcame the bad field position with the big quick strike 68-yard touchdown pass after Carroll had given them a little bit of breathing room, running it out 20 yards out to the 30. Scott Fiore getting it done, showing good speed, just running away from the defender, finishing off the play. Fielded at about the 20-yard line. Good return, straight ahead, just running north and south. Getting out near the 40-yard line. That was Conway. And they'll mark it at the 39. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 39. And for the first time in the ballgame, Catholic Memorial is trailing. They trail 8-6. Cosgrove looking over the defense, hands it off to Jordan, off the right side, cuts it back up inside, and gets pretty good yardage. He looks like he's got a first down. If they give him the 49, that will be a first down. Yeah, they're going to measure, but I think he made it. It looks like he made it by at least half the football. But they're going to bring the stakes out once again. And they made it. They made it by half the football. They hand off. Once again, they try to bounce it to the outside. And that's Ryan Howell. He ran that play for a touchdown. Also ran it for the first down of the ballgame, picking up 6 back in the first period. He picks up a couple there. Actually picked up 5. They gave him pretty good yardage. So it's at the English, we'll call it the 46. Cosgrove lost the football. It goes to the ground. I think Cosgrove got it back. So Catholic Memorial almost gave it right back to the Bulldogs. They lose a couple of yards back to the 48. So it's going to be 3rd and long for Catholic Memorial. And somebody got a jump. Looked like a couple of people on the right side of the football. Got a little head start. And once again, Brent Conley will walk off the yardage. And they're back inside Catholic Memorial territory to their own 47. So it's going to be third and a little bit longer now. Cosgrove rolling. Pruney did a nice job. Pruney busted in and made him run with the football. And we got a flag coming up. Pruney went right through and forced Cosgrove. Never had a chance to play. He took off. He got good yardage. But again, it's going to be against Catholic Memorial for an illegal block. And they're going to bring it back. He got all the way down to the English 46-yard line, which would have been a pickup of 7, and it would have been fourth and about a yard. Instead, it's going to be fourth and long because they're going to move it back from the spot of the foul. They have to get to the English 39-yard line for a first down. So this is going to cost Catholic Memorial. Penalties have really killed them here in the first half. They move it all the way back to the Catholic Memorial 44-yard line. And repeat third down as they send wideouts everywhere. All to the near side. Cosgrove looking to throw. Lets it fly. It's caught. They took it away from a defender. It looked like great coverage. And Conley just went up and just took it away and made the catch. It won't be a first down. It's well shy. Gets back to the English 45-yard line. And let's see. It looks like they're going to punt. The punting game pinned English back deep once before, and it turned out to be a blessing. English couldn't get a first down, punted, and Catholic Memorial had a short field and wound up scoring their first touchdown. So now they'll do it again. They get the punt away, and it's fielded and caught and simultaneously tackled at the same time. Everything rolled into one. Back at the 16-yard line. And we got a penalty flag on the play. It's been flag day here in the first half, especially against Catholic Memorial. And this one's going to be against them as well. So it's going to be 15 yards. They mark it all the way out to the 27-yard line of English. So instead of being at the 16, they're at the 27, actually halfway between the 26 and 27. We'll call it the 27. And that's where English will put it in play for the second time here in the second period. Last time they had it, they went 90 yards in 3 plays. Carroll fakes, rolling, looking, dumps it. Looked like it got tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. From the shotgun again, Carroll looking to his right, finds Bubba Maitland across the 30-yard line. So Maitland gets it out to the 33. It'll be a 6-yard pickup. And it will be 3rd and about 4. Carroll with the quarterback keep. Ducks his head across the 35. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, maybe less. They mark it at the 36. He's going to be about a football shy, and once again, we're going to get a measurement. They're going to bring the sticks in, and just looking at it, he's going to be at least the length of the football shy of the first down. So they went for it on 4th down before and didn't get it. I'm not going to be surprised if they go again. As they pull the stakes out, again, it's Brent Conley from the Spirit, denying English the first down, as they are just about a football length shy. So let's see what English and Gary Malaya and company do. They're sending Chris Carroll back to the huddle, so they're going to go. 4th down of the yard. Big play here in the first half. English leading 8-6. They're at their own 36. Catholic Memorial love to stop him here. English trying to keep the drive alive. Carroll this time bounces off that right side. Little quick account. Good surge by that offensive line. And he picks up the first down out to the 40-yard line. So he needed the length of a football. He got 4 yards out to the 40. It's a first down. English keeps the drive alive and holds on to the football and the 2-point lead. We're late now in the first half. Shotgun again for the Bulldogs. Carroll lets it fly outside. Caught nicely. They lose the football, but they get it back. They got it back on the pass. It was complete and then dropped. I think that was Matt Prunia. Caught it, had it stripped by an arm as he was trying to cut up field, and then fell. It was either he or Finals that fell on the football and gets it back for the Bulldogs. So the pass play picks up 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Prunier and Johnson to the far side. Fiore and Maitland to the near side. Or Finals in the backfield with Carroll. Carroll looking to his left. The quick out to Johnson. Steps around a couple of people. Gains about 5 or 6 more yards on the play. As he gets into Catholic Memorial territory, inside the 45, they're going to mark it at the 43. A 14-yard pickup and a first down for the Bulldogs. Again, double wideouts to either side. Shotgun again for Carroll. Carroll with the keep, trying to turn the corner. No room over there as they push him out of bounds. He managed to pick up a couple to the 41. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Carroll, again, the quick out. Maitland with the catch. Doesn't have time to turn around and square and go north and south. And he's hit almost immediately as he catches the football. They pick up a couple of yards out to the 39. So 2 more will make it 3rd and 6. Carroll looking for somebody to throw the ball to, can't find anybody. Trying to turn the corner, slips one tackle and dives right at the 35-yard line. So he made something out of nothing. He couldn't find anybody downfield. They put a lot of pressure on him. And he rolled and just got away from one tackle and managed to get to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 4. So it's going to be 4th down and a couple to try and keep this drive alive. They're at the 35-yard line of Catholic Memorial. They would love to go in before halftime and punch in, build on that 2-point lead. Catholic Memorial gets the ball to start the second half. So I'd like to have more than a 2-point lead going in. The quick out is complete to Prunier. But I thought I saw a yellow handkerchief. It's going to be motion. Somebody got an early start for the Bulldogs, and that's going to bring it back. So they had enough for a first down, and they've been nickel and diming here with those quick outs. Johnson turned one into a 14-yard gain. But 6 and 3 and 2. Moving the ball downfield. That time they had Prunier open for the first down. Now they'll have to do it again, back at their 41-yard line. They need about 8. Carroll looking. Again, he goes to his left. Prunier went just far enough. Good heads up by Matt Prunier. He went just beyond the first down marker and picked up the first down at the 31-yard line. So they need 8. They got 10. Good route run by Prunier to pick up the first down. Carroll found him right along the left hash mark. Again, the quick out. Prunier again just fake going deep, froze the defense, came back to the football, made the big completion, and he picks up 8 more down to the 23. Catholic Memorial takes a timeout. English keeps throwing these quick outs. You got to think somewhere along the line, English is going to say, you know what? We're going to fake the out, and we're going to go. Catholic Memorial is now trying to talk over the defense, saying we got to come up with a way to stop this passing attack by Chris Carroll and English. And those quick outs, it's going to be 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line when play resumes. But you got to think that with the wheels turning, Catholic Memorial is probably going to come out and say, come up a little bit quicker. And if they come up quicker, English is probably going to break it and go downfield. And if Carroll has enough time, we saw what happened when they ran the 2-point conversion and Johnson split 2 defenders and broke down the left corner. He was wide open. And that could happen if Catholic Memorial comes up and tries to play a little closer bump and run. But we'll see. Both coaches working on the sidelines during the timeout. The ball at the Catholic Memorial 23-yard line. Carroll just did hang on to the snap, and there it is. They let it go. Catholic came up. Prunier broke it deep. And Chris Carroll did an excellent job. That snap, he had to go a little bit to his left to get it. And just tipped it a little bit, was able to get it back, and that offensive line gave him just enough time to find Prunier, who was wide open in the end zone. He broke it off and then took off for the end zone. And Carroll found him for 6, and English has built up that lead. It's now 14-6. They go 73 yards methodically in 12 plays. Eight pass plays, 7 of them complete. The last 3 completions to Prunier for 10, 8, and a 23-yard touchdown. And now English will look to add to their lead, trying to get a 2-point conversion. It took him 3 times last time to throw. Carroll just takes off, big hole. He runs straight into the end zone, a huge hole just a little bit to his right, and was able to walk in untouched. And English polishes off that 73-yard drive by getting the 2-point conversion, and they lead 16-6 with under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. So they've really got Catholic Memorial back on their heels. They came up and tried to defend that quick out to Prunier, and when they did, he burnt them by going deep, and Carroll found him for the touchdown. 23 yards and the score. And English has now built up a 16-6 lead. 16 unanswered points by the Bulldogs after they fell behind 6-0. So after getting virtually no offense in the first half by either team, Memorial scores on the first play of the second period, and English comes back and scores on their first 2 possessions of the second period, picking up 163 yards along the way on 2 drives. And the 16 unanswered points is big because it means Catholic Memorial needs 2 scores to get back in. They can't do it with just 1 touchdown, even with a 2-point conversion. So the 2-point conversion's huge for the Bulldogs at the moment, but still a lot of football left here at Manning Bowl. Back at about the 15-yard line, Jordan gets it out to about the 35 is where they're going to mark it down. And Catholic Memorial will have it there at their 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Catholic Memorial. Let's see if they are content or if they try to get some points on the board. They get the ball to start the second half. They're coming out throwing. They hit Jordan. Prunier does a nice job. Prunier just stuck an arm on it, knocked it loose, and I think Danny Powers came up with the loose football. And English is back in business. They hit Jordan. He made a nice little cut. Prunier reached his hand in and knocked the football loose, and Powers comes up with it, and English has the turnover, and they have it at the Catholic Memorial 43-yard line. So they could put a lot of daylight between them and Catholic Memorial here. They still have plenty of time. They used a couple of timeouts, but I know they have at least a couple as they send Prunier and Johnson to the far side, Maitland and Fiore to the near side. Carroll, under some pressure, has to roll to his left, lets it fly. It's caught, and they say no catch. They say he was out of bounds. Prunier did a nice job tight walking down the sideline, trying to keep both feet in bounds. Made a nice catch, but they said he was out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Dogs. It stops the clock. So Catholic Memorial trying to put a little more pressure on Carroll to defend against the English Bulldog passing attack. Carroll again looking to throw. Again under pressure, this time rolling to his right and slipping and falling as he lets it go. And he's glad that one fell incomplete. That was actually up for grabs. He was rolling to his right, slipping and falling He's got Matt Prunier trying to help get some Manning Bowl turf off his helmet as he got hit hard and knocked down. Didn't have any time to plant the foot. He wants to roll to his left and not to his right to throw the football. He can roll to his right and throw, but he's going to have a lot more time, being a left-handed quarterback, to plant that foot. Again, the double wideouts for the Dogs. Carroll again, a lot of pressure. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling, and just throws it away. He was looking for Johnson. Johnson couldn't stay in bounds, and the pass is incomplete. There was a flag on the play. I think that was against English. And I would assume the Catholic Memorial would refuse it, because it would bring up a 4th down. So they did refuse it. And English is going to punt it away. They want to try and pin Memorial deep here. Rather than give them decent field position out around their own 40-yard line, 43-yard line. English would be content to just kick it away, trying to hit in the coffin. It kicks it high and short. It takes a bit of an English bounce, and now it does a little bit of a U-turn, and it's knocked down at the 25-yard line is where Catholic Memorial will have it. With this first half winding down. It's been a long one with an awful lot of penalties. 3 tries on a 2-point conversion. Some incomplete passes stopping the clock. Cosgrove with one running back behind him. Again, steps up to throw, lets it fly. Jordan makes the catch, but he was down on the turf with one knee as he caught it. Looking to cut upfield. He picked up 5 to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 as they go without a huddle. Cosgrove again, looking to throw. Almost picked off. And we got another yellow handkerchief. Holding against Catholic Memorial. English will take this one. They're not worried about getting the ball back with time running down here. They just want Catholic Memorial to go as far as they possibly have to. They'll knock it back to the 20-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. Cosgrove looking to throw. In trouble, gets wrapped up and thrown down. Nothing to do except go get the quarterback. You know he's going to throw the football, so just go get him. They lose all the way back to the 13-yard line, a loss of 7 yards. And it's going to be 3rd at about a half a mile as we get a timeout on the field by Lynn English. English wants to get the football back if they can. And you'll see them call a timeout after this next play as well. Back at the 13-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 22 for Catholic Memorial, with English on top 16-6. Memorial scored first, getting 6 on the board the first play of the second period, but then English struck quickly their next 2 possessions, 90 yards in 3 plays. The 60-yard pass play to Fiore from Carroll, and then 73 yards in 12 plays. The 23-yard pass play from Carroll to Matt Prunier. Both conversions were good. The first one took 3 times, but 3 complete passes finally got them the 2 points. Second time, Chris Carroll ran off the right side, went in easily. And that's where we are as we're winding down the first half. 16-6. English on top over a Division I Catholic Memorial. Very good football team. They hand off to Jordan off the right side. He gets out to about the 22. He picked up 9. English again with a very quick timeout. And Catholic Memorial will have to punt it away. So English used their last 2 timeouts, or the last 2 timeouts they used, forces Catholic Memorial to punt from deep in their own territory. And any kind of return by the Bulldogs, it could give them an opportunity to at least maybe take a shot into the end zone. If they had a kicker, it could put them in place where they might be able to take a shot at a field goal. If the scoreboard clock is right, we've got just over 20 seconds. And it should be right on the nose, because if it wasn't, they would be moving it up or down during this timeout. So we're assuming that it's right on the nose. So depending how long this punt takes to be returned, if it's short enough, you might see English call for a fair catch, so the clock will be stopped. If not, depending, they may have 1, possibly 2 plays. What a great play. Cosgrove had to go way, that was almost disaster. Cosgrove had to go way up in the air in one hand that snap and bring it down. He did a great job just catching the football, never mind getting the punt away. And he gets the punt all the way out to midfield. That's a great job by the quarterback punter. Cosgrove looked like a first baseman going high in the air to get a wild throw. Was able to get a hand on it, knocked it down to himself, tipped it to himself, and then was able to get the punt away as well. And in doing so, he gets away a 28-yard punt. But the numbers aren't that big, but considering the fact that that could have been really disaster, it could have been possibly a safety, depending on how far it rolls, or giving English the ball, it could have given a shot at putting 6 on the board. So they'll have it from midfield with maybe a chance for 1 play, 2 if a pass is incomplete. They throw it over the middle. The sliding catch is made by Prunier at the 35-yard line. English quickly calls timeout. So they pick up the first down at the 35, and they'll have at least 1 more play to take a shot into the end zone. So let's see who Chris Carroll goes to. He's got Fiore and Maitland to the far side, along with Johnson to the far side. They may want to run that 2-point conversion play that Johnson was wide open on. Orfanos back to help give Chris Carroll some protection. He's fleshed out. Flag on the play, and this is going to come back no matter what happens. The pass is incomplete. That's going to be holding against English, but I think that's going to end the first half. Catholic Memorial will refuse the penalty because that'll end. They don't want to give English another try from anywhere, even if it was 15 yards further back. So that's going to be the end of the first half. English with 16 unanswered points after trailing 6-0. They take a 16-6 lead into the locker room. As we're set to start the second half, it'll be English kicking off to Catholic Memorial. In that first half, Catholic Memorial had 95 yards of offense, 79 rushing, 16 passing, only 3 first downs, all of them coming in the second period. English had most of their offense in the second period as well. They had 148 yards passing, all of them in the second period, 52 yards rushing for an even 200 yards, and 7 first downs as the kick is returned out to the Catholic Memorial 47-yard line, which is where they'll put it in play to start the second half. Chris Carroll had a big second period. He threw for 148 yards in that period. 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion, and ran for a 2-point conversion. Matt Pruney had 4 big catches for 44 yards. This is Jordan on the carry. He gets gang tackled as he gets near the 50-yard line. He fell forward. Let's see where they're going to put it. After they unpile him, they're going to put it, we'll call it the 50. It's just inside the 50. For a pickup of 3, it'll be 2nd down and 7. As Catholic Memorial has some catching up to do. Cosgrove looking to throw, lets it fly. It's incomplete. Threw it in the turf. Looking for Hennessy on the outside. So it'll bring up 3rd and 7 for Catholic Memorial. The ball right at midfield. Now they have Jordan going in motion to the far side. The quick out to Jordan. He lost the football. They could call that a lateral. That looked more like a lateral than a forward pass. It would have been a live football, but they call it an incomplete pass, and Catholic Memorial will have to kick it away. So English defense getting it done again. So Cosgrove once again back in punt formation. The kick is high and long. It's fair catch called for and made by Chris Carroll. And English will have it back just outside their 15-yard line. Call it the 16-yard line. So once again, the punting game for Catholic Memorial pins English deep. They pinned them back at their 7 late in the first period, and it set up a short 35-yard drive after the defense shut English down for their lone touchdown of the ballgame. And now the only 2 people that remember the snap count were the center and the quarterback. Everybody else was on the move, and that's going to cost English 5. So they'll move it back. Actually give them a 6-yard penalty. They move it back to the 10 from the 16. So it's actually going to be 1st and 16 after a 5-yard penalty. The pitch, Johnson gets a good block, turns the corner, gets outside, gets out near the 25-yard line, which would be close to a first down, but they're going to bring it back. They're going to say that the block was behind the back. It looked like a nice block, springing Johnson loose. He did a nice job cutting inside the block, then broke it back to the outside, and was very close to a first down. This is a huge play for English, because instead of having either a first down or a second down and a yard, it's going to be first down and a whole lot. They're going to move it back half the distance back to the 5. So it's going to be 1st and 21 for the Bulldogs with their backs to the goalpost. They're at their 5-yard line. Johnson, the deep man in the eye, he's a couple of yards deep in the end zone. He gets the fake pitch. They fake me out as well. Carroll throws it long. Looked like Fiore cut to the goalpost into the middle of the field a little bit. And Carroll might have thought he was going a little further outside and threw it a little bit behind him, and Fiore couldn't come back and get it. So they faked me out with that fake pitch to Johnson. It'll now be 2nd and 10. Carroll with the keep, trying to spread everybody out, trying to squeeze out some yardage. Didn't get much before he got pushed back. They give him out to the 7 for a pickup of 2. So it'll be 3rd and 19. Two things you want to do here. You like to make a couple of first downs, so if you do have to punt, you get out from your goalpost. But first and most importantly, you want to make sure you hold on to the football and don't make any mistakes down here, leading 16-6. You don't want to help Catholic Memorial at all. The pitch to Johnson. Block is out in front, trying to turn the corner. They hemmed him in on the sidelines and finally bumped him out of bounds after a short gain, shy of the 10-yard line. So it's going to bring up 4th down and very long, and English will be kicking from basically their own end zone. And Catholic Memorial should get great field position for their second possession here in the second half. They mark it at the 9. English will be kicking from their end zone. Catholic Memorial with a lot of guys up front rushing. The snap is high. They get the kick away. It's short. It's fielded at about the 34-yard line. And falling forward with the return is Brown. Excuse me, that's Conway. So excellent field position by Catholic Memorial. They have it at the English 28-yard line. Trailing 16-6, they'll have it for the second time here in the second half. Trying to square the stakes away. That's the reason for the delay. They had the stakes going the wrong way. Now they straighten it out. And we'll get back to football. They split the backfield. Howell and Jordan. The pitch to Jordan, trying to go to the outside. Excellent defense. Chris Carroll came up and made the open field tackle for a loss. Jordan took the pitch, tried to get to the outside. Carroll just came up from his safety spot, blew through and made the stop. They lose 3 on the play, back to the 31-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 13. As Cosgrove comes back to the huddle after getting the play from the sideline. The pitch to Jordan. Student body right, cuts it back to the left. Finally gets wrapped up. No room. English pursued it well. He couldn't go to the right side. He tried to cut it back, and he got hit from behind and knocked down after a short gain. He gets it back. And actually lost 3 more. I thought he gained yardage, but he actually lost it back to the 34, so he lost 3 more. So 3rd and long. Catherine Moore is trying to take advantage of excellent field position. English defense being tough. Cosgrove dropping back. They drop off the screen. Read nicely. That's Matt Prunier with the big defensive play. They dumped it off to Howell in the middle. Prunier read it well and made the stop, and they only pick up 2 yards on the play to the 32. And it's going to bring up a 4th down. So the English defense really coming up big here. They started this at their at the English 28-yard line. The ball is now at the 32. So it's 4th and 14. They snap it. Fake. The pass is caught, but it's going to be well shy of a 1st down. Down to the 22-yard line. They picked up 10 yards in the play. They faked the punt. They threw it out to Funkel. He went high in the air, made the catch, but English, good defense, shut him down. They got to the 22-yard line, picked up 10 yards. But it wasn't enough for the 1st down, so the Bulldogs will take over at their own 22-yard line. Carroll with the quick pitch to Johnson. Trying to turn the corner, can't get there. Ryan Howell wraps him up after a short gain. If he gets past Howell, he's got blockers out in front and he had a lot of room. But Howell got a hold of him and made sure he went out of bounds. The pickup is only 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. I'm not sure what this is for. It's a referee's timeout for something. Oh, now I see that Johnson is still on the sideline. Johnson got banged up as he got knocked out of bounds. And he was still on the sideline. Good catch by the official. So now we're back to football. Orfanos starting to go inside, cuts it back to the outside, slips through a tackle, and gets good yardage. Mike Orfanos doing a nice job. It was geared to go straight ahead. He broke it back to the outside, slipped the tackle, and slipped through for a couple of more yards. And he picks up a big 1st down, getting out to the 34-yard line. A big 9-yard pickup by Orfanos. And English picks up a 1st down. English's 2nd possession here in the 2nd half. They lead 16-6 over Catholic Memorial. The pitch, trying to turn the corner and getting across the 40 to the 41, but I think it's coming back. Illegal use of the hands against the Bulldogs. So they're going to give the play a 2-yard gain to the 36, and they'll mark off 10 from there, which should be the 26. So it'll turn out to be a 1st and 18. They'll be back at their own 26-yard line. If you're wondering why we're not calling out more names of the English kids and trying to give a lot of people credit like we normally do, the linemen and so forth, we don't have an English roster. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here. Some of the kids we know, some of them were taking off the public address announcement. So we haven't got a lot of names because they didn't have programs. That play gained a couple more. Carroll, the quick out to Fiore. They made the completion, but it's going to be for minus yardage. The line of scrimmage was the 28. They're going to put the ball down at the 26. They didn't give him very much forward progress. So it's going to be a 2-yard loss on the pass. And English will have to kick it away. Carroll does the honors. And the ball's going to roll dead. We'll call it the 40-yard line for Catholic. That was actually 3rd down. I get confused with the penalty. And that was actually a quick kick by Lynn English. Carroll doesn't normally do the punting. He went back in that shotgun formation. And I apologize for that. With the penalty thrown in, that was actually 3rd down. And they went with the quick kick. And Chris Carroll got it out to the Catholic Memorial 40-yard line. So that's where they'll put it in play from their own 40-yard line. Wide receiver to the far side. They give to Jordan. Off the left side, cuts it back to the right side, avoids a tackle. Good speed, gets to the outside. Fiore gets an angle on him and just pushes him out of bounds. Scott Fiore saved that from being an even bigger gain. But he gets all the way down to the English 37-yard line. So that's a 23-yard pickup and a 1st down. And Catholic Memorial is back in English territory on the fine run by Jordan. It geared to go off the left side. He went left and then broke it straight across the field, avoiding a tackle, and cut it down the sidelines. And Scott Fiore got an angle on him and pushed him out of bounds at, we're calling it the 37, just inside the 38. So the 23-yard pickup gives him a 1st down. And Jordan got banged up a little bit on the play. And he's favoring that leg. So Lemuga Funkel is now the tailback. wearing number 21. He had 1 carry in the first half. He gets the call off the left side, stays in his feet, breaks a tackle. Good hard run. He got lost in the crowd and just kept those legs going, and when he popped loose, he just fell forward inside the 30 to the 29 for a pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. To give it to the fullback, McCarty. Squeezes out maybe a yard to the 28, so it's going to be 3rd down and a yard. A big play here for Catholic Memorial, trying to get back in the football game. They trail 16-6. We're late in the 3rd period, and they squandered one chance here when they had 1st and 10 after a short punt at the English 28. The defense stiffened and turned them back. They give it to the fullback again off the right side, and he picks up the 1st down easily. We'll call it the 25 and give him 3 on the play. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. Off the left side, that's Fonkel. Runs into the defender and carries him a yard or 2. Gets down to the 16-yard line. A pickup of 8. And we got an English timeout, I think, as Catholic Memorial is starting to pick up some steam here. The offensive line starting to open up a few holes. Oh, the English kids playing both ways. They may be getting a little bit tired. They're holding on to a 16-6 lead with time winding down. Under 2 minutes left in the 3rd period. But Catholic Memorial in the middle of a drive that started back at their own 40-yard line. They've picked up 2 first downs. They have a new tailback, Fonkel, in the game after their primary runner, Jordan, got banged up. And most of these English kids, like Carroll and Johnson and Fiore and Prunier, and the linemen as well, are going both ways. And it may be taking a little bit of a toll here with Catholic Memorial maybe being a little bigger overall up front. But English leading 16-6. And from the 16-yard line, it will be 2nd down and 2. Fonkel bounces it to the outside. He's loose. He's going to walk in for a touchdown. They ran that play off the left side. They clogged it up, English did a little bit. He just bounced it to the outside. When he did, he had a clear path off the left side into the end zone. The 16-yard touchdown gets Catholic Memorial back in it. They trail now 16-12. They're back within 4. And they try to kick the conversion the first time. It really doesn't make a difference whether they kick or get 2. They would still need a score. Although if they get a 2-point conversion, they would only need a field goal to take a lead. But if they don't get either 1 or 2 here, they'll need a touchdown. Cosgrove is staying in the game, so it looks like they're going to go for 2. I formation. Now they break that, split it behind Cosgrove. Cosgrove rolling Lets the pass fly off the defender. I don't think he even saw it coming. There were like 4 red and gray shirts in front of him with their hands up. He was the most surprised guy in the house probably that the ball even got to him. And it bounced off his shoulder and away. Conway couldn't hold on. So it's 16-12. English still on top, but now it's only by 4. And we still got a lot of football left as we're winding down here this third period. And Catholic Memorial will get set to kick off to the Bulldogs. Sullivan will do the honors once again, kicking off. English will put Fiore and Johnson back deep, along with Carroll. So the line drive, fielded at about the 18-yard line. Carroll starts it cross field, cuts it back up inside, and gets out to about the 30-yard line. And that's where English will put it in play. From their own 30. English only had 17 yards of offense in the first period, and they don't have a lot more here in this second period. They have 18 yards right now of offense here in this third period. The only completion after throwing for 148 yards in the second period, they only have 1 completion here in the third period, and it was for -2 yards. So with the timeout in the field, we have under a minute left here in the third period. With English on top now 16-12, Catholic Memorial has scored after going 60 yards in 6 plays. Jordan picked up a big 23 on the first play, and Fonkel, who went in for Jordan when he got hurt, went the final 16 for the touchdown. Johnson will go in motion, takes the handoff, trying to turn the corner, and gets out near the 35, maybe across the 35. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to give him the 35-yard line is where they're going to put it down. So he picked up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Flag thrown on the play. Somebody moved up front, and that's going to cost English 5. It's going to put them right back at the 30-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Actually, almost 11 because they put it inside the 30-yard line, so it's almost a 6-yard penalty again. The pitch to Johnson, trying to come to the other side, cuts it up inside, and gets hit after a short gain. Out to the 33-yard line for a pickup of 3. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 33-yard line. So old Mr. Momentum seems to be turning around a little bit. English really dominated that second period. And they came out and shut Catholic Memorial down their first 2 possessions, but then Carroll lets it fly. Just knocked away from Fiore. Conway with an outstanding play. Fiore was open momentarily, and Conway just got back and got a hand on it. Carroll put it right over the shoulder of Fiore, but Conway just made a great defensive play, and English will have to kick it away. So Catholic Memorial coming off a touchdown drive are now going to get the football back. And they could get it back in pretty good field position with any kind of a run back. English will be kicking from somewhere around their 20-yard line. Now we got a whistle and a stoppage. And I don't know. There wasn't a penalty. There wasn't a stoppage. Nobody called a timeout. They just blew the whistle. Maybe the officials weren't ready, but they blew the whistle. The kick is high and short, fielded by Funkel at his own 42-yard line. And he gets a pretty good return. And Catholic Memorial is going to have pretty good field position again. The reason for that stoppage, one of the deep men for Catholic Memorial looked like he had a problem physically. I don't know whether he had blood on him or he got hurt or what it was, but the official were talking to him. The official moved him off the field and they replaced him. That was the reason for the stoppage. And now after the punt return, back at about the 42-yard line, Catholic Memorial shot themselves in the foot quite a bit in the first half with penalties. They do it here as they move it all the way back to the 47-yard line. So they may get this play off, and they do. This is Funkel, who's done some pretty good running since he's replaced Jordan. He picks up good yardage out to the 45. That's a pickup of 8, and that play ends the third period. So English only had 28 yards rushing in that third period, and only had 26 yards of offense in that third period. And they watched Catholic Memorial put up almost double their rushing yardage. They had 69 yards rushing and a couple of yards passing. Most of their yardage came on that 60-yard drive. They put points on the board. They now trail by 4, and they're going to have it at their own 47-yard line. Actually, they're going to have it at the English 45-yard line with a 1st and 2. And English had 200 yards of offense. They have 228 after 3 periods. They had 200 at the end of the half. They had 7 first downs. They only got 1 in that third period. Catholic Memorial picked up the pace a little bit. Now they give it a little delay to Funkel off the right side. He gets loose down the sidelines. Johnson finally wraps him up and knocks him down, but not before he gets down to the 23-yard line, a big 22-yard pickup. And young Mr. Funkel has come in and given Catholic Memorial some fresh legs when Jordan got banged up. He scored the touchdown. He had 32 yards rushing in that 60-yard drive. Now he's picked up 30 more on 2 carries. He's got a first down at the 23. They give it to him again. Started to go inside, bounces it to the outside. A foot race to the corner, and finally hit and knocked down. Johnson again, knocking him down, but not before he gets down to the 6. A big 17-yard pickup for Fonkel. And Catholic Memorial is knocking on the door, looking to take the lead here. Now the defense has to come up with a big stop here. They have it 1st and 10 from the 6. A steady diet of Mr. Fonkel. He gets pushed forward to the 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. Cosgrove brings the play back to the huddle. And that offensive line starting to take control a little bit out there. Maybe wearing English down a little bit as we're in the 4th quarter. This is Fonkel runs straight ahead into the end zone, standing up for the touchdown. And Catholic Memorial, for the first time since the first play of the 2nd period, has taken the lead. They lead 18-6 over the Bulldogs. And they'll look to put the conversion on the board. English without a kicker doesn't have to worry about a field goal to get back in it. They'll need a touchdown. But it's now 18-6. Catholic Memorial has fought back and taken the lead. They go 53 yards in 5 plays. And all of the running plays by Lamuga Fonkel, coming in to replace Jordan, who got hurt. And it's nice to have a replacement. I think Catholic Memorial might have found another running back. He picked up all 53 yards rushing. He's got 85 yards rushing in the last 2 series. And he scored 2 touchdowns. So that's pretty good firepower coming in from the bullpen. He had 1 carry for 2 yards in the first half. So he's got 87 yards. On 9 carries. They try to send him off the right side. This time he gets stood up and knocked back. So the conversion is no good. But Catholic Memorial, 2 straight possessions, the end of the 3rd period and the beginning of the 4th quarter. They go on 2 drives of 60 and 53 yards. It takes them 11 plays, 6 to go 60, 5 to go 53. And they put 2 touchdowns on the board by Lamuga Fonkel. And they now have an 18-16 lead over the Bulldogs, and now the Bulldogs will have to play catch-up, and maybe we'll see them go back to that spread offense and throw the ball around a little bit here in the 4th quarter. So as we get set for the kickoff, Johnson and Carroll and Fiore back deep. Sullivan once again will get to use that right foot. The line drive bounces around, fielded at about the 23 or 24 yard line. Carroll loose, breaks a couple of tackles. It's a foot race down the sidelines. They have an angle on him. They're finally going to knock him down at about the 17-yard line. English trying to answer right back. Chris Carroll, and now we look upfield and there's a penalty. Chris Carroll with a great play. Fielded it at the far sideline, on the English sideline, broke it across field, cut it up the middle, broke it back again to the Catholic Memorial sideline, took off, and looked like he might go all the way. They finally got an angle on him, knocked him down inside the 20. English was going to be knocking right back on the door to try and get a touchdown to get the lead back. Instead, they're going to be pinned back deep in their own territory because there was a penalty on the play for one of those illegal blocks. And Chris Carroll, you can understand his frustration when he turned around and saw the flag. He has a towel draping out the back, and he took the towel and flung it almost into the end zone. So English is going to be knocked back all the way to their 20-yard line is where they'll put it in play. So instead of having it 1st and 10 inside the Catholic Memorial 20, they're going to have it 1st and 10, 80 yards away at their 20, and now trailing in the ballgame 18-16. So penalties have played a big part of this football game on both sides, but none bigger than that penalty right there. That certainly would have kicked old Mr. Momentum back onto the red and gray, especially if they could have gone in and scored. Carroll looking to throw, lets it fly. It's caught by Prunier. Steps out of bounds after a gain across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26. They were about to put it down at the 20-yard line and give him no gain. Now they finally catch themselves. They're going to put it down at the 26 for a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Chris Carroll with the keep, trying to squeeze out some yardage. Might have got a couple as he's gang tackled by the middle of that Catholic Memorial defense. So the ball will be out to about the 28-yard line. A pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd and a couple. They try to go off the right side. Catholic Memorial saying they took the ball away, but they're not going to give it to him. So England's going to have to kick it away. After virtually no gain on that play, maybe a couple. Actually, no gain. They put it right back in the 28. So English has to kick it away. Fielded, dropped, fallen on a big pile. You don't want to be on the bottom of that pile. English saying they had the football. The officials now say they have the football, so English gets a huge break. They're going to get the ball back at their own 48-yard line. So Catholic Memorial giving a little early Christmas present. Came running up, trying to make the catch, bobbled it, and English was able to recover it at their own 48-yard line. So they get a huge break. They get the ball back in good field position. They have it 1st and 10. Carroll looking to throw, lets it fly. Threw it to the outside shoulder. I think it was Pruney who had cut the pattern off, broke it to the outside a little bit shorter, and the pass thrown a little bit long. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Carroll fakes the handoff, takes off, cuts it back against the grain, gets good yardage. Inside the 40-yard line at Catholic Memorial, that's enough for another first down. So English on the move. 14 yards picked up by Carroll. Only the second first down here in the second half. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Catholic Memorial 38. English trailing by 2. To give to Johnson, he gets piled up as he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Certainly no more than that. And it'll be 2nd down and at least 10. Fury to the near side. Prunio's over there to the far side. Carroll, the quick out. Prunio's open, just off his fingertips. He had to be about 6 inches taller. Pass, Carroll had to throw that a little bit high, and it just bounced off the fingertips of Prunio, who was open. They've run that play quite a bit. Orfanos goes in motion to the near side. Carroll looking. Fires downfield. It's tipped. Almost intercepted. Incomplete. So it's going to bring up a big 4th down. English trailing by 2. They had it 1st and 10 at the 38. And now it's going to be 4th and 10. And if you're Catholic Memorial, you know there's going to be a passing down. I would think that Chris Carroll, who got banged up on the last play, is noticeably limping. You can't afford to lose him. He's a tough kid, but I don't know if he's going to be able to plant on that foot. Under pressure, he has to force to step up and try to take off, and he gets wrapped up and knocked down. They'll mark him back at the 39 for a yard loss, and Catholic Memorial will take over the football. So English had a golden opportunity after coming up with the fumble recovery. Chris Carroll gave him a big first down at the 38. But Catholic Memorial's defense comes up strong, shuts them down, 4 and out. And now Catholic Memorial will take over, and they'll try to run some precious time. Both quarterbacks limping. Cosgrove is limping noticeably as well. So both quarterbacks getting banged up here. And, of course, they already lost Jordan. He got bounced around. This is Funkel again. Cuts it up inside and gets good yardage again. Gets it inside English territory to the 48. That's a big 13-yard pickup and a first down. First down from the 48 as they send the wide receiver to the far side. Again, those big splits up front for Catholic Memorial's linemen. Cosgrove, the handoff once again to Funkel, trying to bang it outside. This time he gets ridden down after a short gain. Fiore with the stop. They give him to the 44 for for a pickup of 5. Looked like he just fell forward for a yard or two, but he picked up 5. It'll be second down and 5. Fonkel again. He's going to be about a yard shy as he gets to the 40-yard line of English. He's going to get inside the 40. So it's going to be third and a yard. Catholic Memorial just content running the ball, picking up yardage, running that clock, leading by 2. English needs to make something happen. You might see them start tackling the football here. Trying to come up with a turnover. The wideout goes to the far side. You almost don't even have to cover him because they're not going to throw the ball here. And there's a whistle. They took too much time. They took a long time getting the play. Cosgrove, the quarterback, is a tough assignment. He's limping noticeably. He has to go all the way to the sideline and get the play and then limp back into the huddle. And then the long count, and he took too much time. So that helps the Bulldogs a little bit. It would have been third and 1. Instead, now it's third and 6. Uncle off the left side. Flag on the play. This is going to be against Catholic Memorial again. So what they want to do is control the football, hold on to it, move it down, run the clock. They looked like they were going to do that. They had third and 1. And the way Fonkel's been running the football, it looked like a piece of cake to pick up a first down. But 2 straight penalties is going to push them back into their own territory. It's going to wind up being third and long. So they're all the way back at their own 45-yard line. And I think they took a timeout. I didn't see the official signal timeout. But English and Catholic Memorial are both going to go to the sideline, so Catholic Memorial takes the timeout. They're trying to hold on to the football. Leading by 2. And instead of third and 1, it's going to be third and 16. With just over 3 minutes left to play in the football game. So time is of the essence for the Bulldogs. They have to get it back. They had a golden opportunity at the 38 after Chris Carroll had picked up a big first down on a 14-yard jaunt. But they couldn't capitalize. They turned it over on 4 straight plays. And Catholic Memorial looked like they might be on their way to running the clock out or maybe getting another touchdown. They had it third and a yard at the English 40-yard line. And then 2 straight penalties that pushed them back to their own 45. So it's going to be third and 16. As we mentioned before, penalties have been huge on both sides. None bigger than the illegal block on Chris Carroll's huge run on a kickoff after Catholic Memorial had taken an 18-16 lead. It looked like Carroll was going to he was right back in the driver's seat. Instead, they had to start from their 20 and couldn't get it going. They throw the football, and they're going to call pass interference. Cutting across was Conway, and they made contact. Reaching over and made contact with the receiver, and it's going to be interference, and that's going to give them a first down. So now the penalties reverse back. Catholic Memorial trying to give it away with penalties, trying to give English another shot. Now English returns the favor with a pass interference call. And it's going to be, I believe, a first down at the 40-yard line. So that's going to help Catholic Memorial. They were throwing to try and get the first down. Contact was made. The flag was thrown, and Catholic Memorial is the recipient of a first down at the English 40-yard line. The clock is running. Catholic Memorial in the driver's seat right now, leading 18-16. I'm not sure why they stopped it momentarily now. They're getting the clock to be accurate. They're giving a signal up to the timekeeper, telling him exactly how much time is left. I think he said, looked like he said 2:40. They're trying to get the clock straightened away. Cosgrove looked like he may be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. To give to Funkel off the left side. Again, good yardage. Gets down, loses the football. Stripped away by Johnson and fallen on by English. Chris Carroll with the recovery. Johnson with the big defensive play. Got a hand in, stripped the ball loose. And Chris Carroll comes up with it, and English is going to have another opportunity. They're going to have it 85 yards away, but they're going to have the football. Catholic Memorial looked like they were going to run the clock out. Funkel had another huge gain down the 15-yard line. He's got 132 yards, 130 yards in the second half, and he didn't come in until late in the third period. Football. You would think that this would be their last shot if they can't. They're going to go 85 yards. They go double wideouts. They fake it. Carroll takes off. Gets a big block from Prunier and gets across the 20.
Coach, can we get Flynn in the middle and put Dominic down for a pass rush?
He picked up about 7 to the 22.
Okay, then keep it. I'm just asking. Okay, great.
And English now taking a timeout, a 20-second timeout. They spread the two wide receivers clear, almost out of bounds on the far side to try to make some room for Carroll to run. Prunier got him a real good block.
Danny Powers.
Powers is the new quarterback with Carroll on the sideline. Fiore goes in motion. And a flag on the play for too much time.
Coach, can't tell Powell he's got to slide with that.
English can't afford to let too much time run up the clock. They got to get up there in a hurry and run the plays. We're under 3 minutes. Looking at 2.5. Chris Carroll comes back in the ball game. But they lost a precious 5 yards, and even more, they lost time on the clock. Fiore again goes in motion to the far side. Carroll looking, in trouble, and has to dump it off. They put a lot of pressure and knock Carroll down again.
Staying down too. Beautiful. They're Nate.
Third and long, and obviously it's 4-down territory here. It doesn't mean if you lose by 2 or 8, they've got to get a first down here and try to hold on to the football and try to go downfield. They put a lot of pressure on Carroll on that last play. 3rd and 8. Blocked at the line of scrimmage. Howell broke in the middle and just put a big hand up, and it went incomplete. And I think English doesn't have a choice. They have to go for it here. With less than 3 minutes to play, they need a big 8 yards. So the biggest play so far in the ball game is coming up right now. Double wideouts. The wideouts have to make sure they get beyond the stake. Doesn't do any good if you catch it if you don't get the necessary yardage for a first down. Carroll with time. Lets it fly, and Fiore was looking for it. And just as Carroll took it and let it fly, Fiore, who was breaking to the sidelines, broke back to the middle, and it goes incomplete. Catholic Memorial will take over. And that is probably all she wrote, unless Catholic Memorial turns the ball over. The big play they're going to celebrate on is Lamonga Funkum, number 21. He came in late in the 3rd period, and he's rushed for 132 yards. They're just going to run the ball here. It was all Jordan in the first half, but Funkum has come on and really done a job. He gets hit and still falls forward inside the 15. English takes a timeout.
Timeout, Lynn English.
They get to the 13-yard line for a pickup of 4. Again, if you're English, put everybody up on the line of scrimmage. They lost the football, and he runs straight ahead, and he makes a first down. He makes a touchdown. A broken play. Cosgrove lost the football. It was almost going to be a fumble. He picked it up and tried to fall forward, and they wouldn't let him go down. He wound up bouncing, looked like a 3-cushion billiard. He bounced off 3 or 4 different people and went into the end zone for a touchdown. And this is still a very big conversion. English right now is within 8, within the score and a 2-point conversion. And they'll look to kick the extra point.
Tell McPhee to keep his head.
McPhee will look to kick the extra point. Missed it wide.
And the conversion is no good.
So English has a life with just over 2 minutes left.
All right, it's fine. We got to squeeze this kickoff.
English was in a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. With time winding down, 2:17. That should be accurate, because if it wasn't, they'd be running it down now with nothing going on in the field. So we have to assume the clock is right on the nose. So English at one point had a 10-point lead. They saw that dwindle. And Catholic Memorial takes advantage of English going for it on 4th down. And they score in 2 plays. So Catholic Memorial is taking advantage of field position. 2 of the touchdowns have come from the English 17 and the English 35. They lead by 8. And McPhee will kick to Carroll, Johnson, or Fiore. It's Fiore at the 15-yard line. Spins his way across the 25 out to about the 27, 28 yard line.
Ball returned by Scott Fiore.
Stop it. Coach Camp,
So
if they take
no mystery here with the ball at the 27.
Magnet, but just put all four defensive guys way back.
They have to go 73 yards in 8 ticks over 2 minutes.
128 seconds to go, 73 yards.
Maitland and Fiore to the near side. Carroll looking to throw. Lets it fly. He's got a man downfield. The ball hung a little bit.
Complete pass.
Wide open down the sideline, and the ball just hung a little bit. And the defense, Brian Bingham got downfield, was wide open, and the ball just hung a little bit, and it gave the defense a chance to get back and get a hand on it. That would have been, it looked like a huge play, possibly a touchdown. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Prunier and Johnson to the far side, Fiore and Maitland to the near side.
Loosen up. He's not playing it well.
Looking for Prunier, just beyond his reach. He split 2 defenders just as he came through. The ball was just about a half a foot too strong and too long. And it will be 3rd and 10. Bingham back in as a wide receiver to the far side with Johnson. Fiore and Maitland still out here to the near side. Carroll lets it fly. Too strong, too long for Bingham.
Incomplete pass.
Got a man open, just a little bit too far. Bingham got a hand on it, but couldn't pull it in. Actually got a couple of fingertips on it. Couldn't pull it in.
Both ways too, you know what I mean? Might as well cycle all 3 of those guys through.
So 4th down and the game riding on this. They need to convert to have any kind of chance. They need 10 yards to hold on to the football, keep the drive alive. Or Catholic Memorial will just be able to take a couple of knees and run the clock out. Fiore and Prunier to the far side. Johnson and Maitland to the near side. The game on the line on this play. Carroll in trouble. Can't get it away, and they ride him down. Back at the 5-yard line. Howell again got to him.
Sack by number 34, Ryan Howell.
Do they have the timeouts?
They lose all the way back to the 9.
Pound it.
31, 32.
Yep.
The sack amounts to an 18-yard loss, and that's going to do it. Catholic Memorial can maybe run in for another touchdown here, or they can take a couple of knees and run the clock out probably.
Hey, Kels, why is Mike Dominic playing like that? That's my question.
They split the backfield behind Cosgrove. They give it off the right side to Tom Flynn.
Ball carried by Tom Flynn.
Heavy throw right.
He gets down. We'll call it the 5. So that offensive line for Catholic Memorial kind of wore English down a little bit, looked like here in the ball game as they came on strong late in the 4th quarter. Well, late in the 3rd quarter, spilling over into the 4th quarter. They scored on 2 consecutive possessions to get the lead. This is Funkham to the 1.
Hold on.
Why don't you just run it up?
Falcon with 136 yards rushing, and that's sparingly because he didn't come in until the end of the third period. They used Jordan almost exclusively in the first half.
Have Doug play.
Catholic Memorial,
10 yards in the back.
the clock running, they don't really have to run out of play. The worst thing that happened to English was Jordan came up a little gimpy, and they had to take him out of the ball game. And by putting Falcon back in his stead, he has fresh legs, and he did the job. The clock winding down. This will be the last play. So Falcon come in with that over 100 yards. They'll just take a knee here, and that'll do it, as the clock will run out. And Catholic Memorial will have a hard-earned but well-played 24-16 win. English fell behind 6-0 as Catholic Memorial scored in the second play of the first play of the second period. And then English came right back, scoring on 2 straight possessions. They went 90 yards in 3 plays. Chris Carroll hooking up with Scott Fiore, 68 yards for the touchdown. And it took them a little bit longer. They went 73 yards in 12 plays with Matt Prunier and Chris Carroll hooking up on 23 yards for a touchdown. And the 2-point conversion, it took them 3 chances to get the first 2-point conversion. The pass to Johnson was good. Chris Carroll took care of the second conversion, and it was 16-6, and English was doing very well. They passed for 148 yards in the second half, in the second period. But they had the offense kind of went by the boards. Catholic Memorial started to take charge of the line of scrimmage. Falco came in and did some excellent running, picking up that 136 yards rushing. The Catholic Memorial scored 3 unanswered touchdowns, the last one really being meaningless as English had to go for it deep in their own territory. So English plays a Division I team extremely tough, but they come up on the short end after leading 16-6. Catholic Memorial scores 18 straight points and pulls it out of the fire to win it 24-16. But a good opener for English. Without Matt Curtis, they played very well, and they showed signs that they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. So the final score, Catholic Memorial beats Lynn English 24-16 in the 2004 opener. For Kevin Story on the camera, I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time on TV 15.